friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop, and it is Thursday, April 21st, I think. You know, with the early Alzheimer setting in, who knows? If I forget who I am, I'm counting on you to remind me. Today, I'm going to break tradition and I'm going to name names. You know, I usually don't like to talk about people on this channel and, you know, like if they've done something on an instrument, I don't like to name names. Well, today I'm naming names. And the reason is because people have been asking, who are these people? You know, I get these kinds of comments. I see them in comments that'll confuse somebody with someone else, like they'll confuse Emery with my daughter, or they'll confuse, you know, Melissa a long time ago with my wife, et cetera, and so forth. So I'm going to tell you who all the people are, how they fit in, all the roles here. I know most of you already know most of this, but there's lots of new people all the time. So I just thought I'd just go through this fairly quickly and do the housekeeping here. Okay, well, first of all, my name is Jerry, and as I said, I think you already know who I am, and I hope I know who I am, but if I forget, you have to tell me. My wife's name is Sue. Sue is someone you almost never see on video. You'll see a glimpse of her here and there in the background, moving, especially operating a tractor or something like that. But she's an outdoor person and stays outside, doesn't like to come indoors much, and definitely doesn't like to be on camera. And by the way, she's colder than you. She hates winter, absolutely hates it beyond any kind of description that you can make up. She has SADS in a big way. If you don't know what SADS is, that's seasonal affective disorder syndrome or whatever. Anyway, she has that in spades. I am not making this up too about the cold. I swear to you, I'm not saying this for dramatization of the video or I'm not making it up. It's 100% true. I've seen this with my two peepers. On a 90+ degree day, hot, sweltering day, high humidity, hot as it can be, I have actually seen her shiver when she'll walk under a shade tree. Like she'll walk under a walnut tree that's real shaded, and I've seen her go like that. I'm not kidding. That's how much she hates the cold. You've never seen anything like that. And even if you're really bad that way, she's at least as bad, if not worse. But she does a lot of the noise. You hear those things going by the window here, those things with motors, that's pretty much Sue. If it doesn't use gas, she pretty much doesn't care anything about it. So that takes care of her and I. The next person I'll talk about, it would be Caleb, because you saw him probably more than anybody. A lot of people confuse him with my son or, you know, a friend or something, and he's not a family member. He is a friend. He just applied for my apprenticeship opening that I announced on the channel. He applied for it along with several others, and I chose him. So he became my apprentice. He was here for a little over a year and a half, or about that long. He came from the Kansas City area. About a year and a half into it, my arthritis started getting exponentially worse, and I just wanted to slow things down. And yeah, in some of you would say, well, you should have kept him on, you know, so you don't have to do it. Well, that's not the issue. I just want to slow it all down and just, you know, back it all off. Kind of hard to do that when you got a person here. You're going to have to keep the work coming in, you know, that type of thing. Caleb has left, and he has opened his own shop up in the Kansas City area, and he's on YouTube as Caleb Mills Guitars. And that's Caleb, C-A-L-E-B, Mills, M-I-L-L-S, Guitars. And I'll try to put a link in this description of this video if I can remember to do that. Then, let's see, the other person that was on here a little bit on and off was Melissa. She was my first office manager. Melissa is no relation either. She was here with her husband, Paul, who was a guitar customer of mine, and I was doing something on one of his instruments, and I mentioned that I could sure use an office manager, and she went like this, "I'll do it." So I hired her. And she stayed with me over a year. She's a real entrepreneurial spirit and very hard worker, very, very good. Got my place organized and kept me moving almost too much. Really enjoyed having her here. But she wanted to start her own business, and she started a campground over in the St. Robert, Missouri area. And if I can remember the name of that campground, I'll put that in the description or on the screen, or both. And so if you're in the Missouri area, you want to go camping and floating on the Big Piney River, you need to look her up. Or you could, if you don't like to camp, you could stay here and go over there and float at her campground, and they'll work out a deal with you on that. Anyway, that was Melissa. So she was my office manager and was here for a short time. And her husband's name, as I said, was Paul. Paul, by the way, is the one who got the Last Hurrah guitar, the last guitar I built for an outside person. He got it. I may build another one, but it'll be for me or my family if I build another one. Ron Mcclanahan he was one of my best friends at work at Southwestern Bell or AT&T or SBC or whichever acronym you want to use, because SWBT. We worked in the headquarters there of SBC. He was over systems programmers, and I was over system like design, if you will. So we basically wrote the requirements, handed them off to Ron, and his people programmed the stuff. Anyway, so that's how Ron and I knew each other. And Ron, when he retired, he retired here to Rolla, and so did I, of course. I'm actually a Newburgh mailing, but close enough to Rolla that we're only roughly 20 miles apart, if that. I taught Ron how to make the deer antler saddles for the mandolins, and so he's been doing that as kind of a sideline business for him, a little extra pocket money. And that's about his only involvement. Ron had COVID at Christmas time when I had it also, and his was the long lingering type of COVID. And he just recently got over it. He's now off of the oxygen and everything and doing pretty well. And then let's see, the next person after Ron would be Emery, and Emery took over as office manager after Melissa left, and so Emery is my daughter-in-law. She's married to my son, JR. And that's pretty much all the people that you see on the channel on a regular basis or see or hear about. Of course, we've got band members that show up from time to time and play music, but we typically introduce them as we're playing the music. So I think that should take care of all the people you see on the channel. Well, my friends, we have a visitor in the shop today, and we have George and Judy Adams from Houston, Texas. This is George. And George doesn't like me. He brought me a whole bunch more work that I have to do. George drove up here yesterday. How was your trip?
Well, it was a nice trip. We went to Bentonville yesterday, went to the art museum, had to do my arty thing with my wife. And then I got her on the road.
You got to keep the wives happy. The wives always get drugged here.
She did. She got drugged.
They're usually not leading the way when the guys are coming here with their instruments. They're kind of following behind and they're being pulled.
Yeah, but she's happy to come.
Well, good.
We're on my way to see my sister up in Ohio.
How's your stay up there at their rental retreat?
It's a great place.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's just so comfortable. It's big.
Too noisy to sleep, probably?
You kidding me? I'm from Houston.
It's quiet. Trust me, it's really quiet. The only problem I ever have is going anywhere else and trying to sleep because it's always so noisy everywhere else. But anyway, so let's show you what he brought me. He brought the old, this one says Country Western Model inside there on the label. A Gibson, as you can see. And it has that dreaded old adjustable bridge there that we see on so many of them. Got a few little whoopties on it, not too bad. It's a pretty color. He just told me that this was red. I said, well, it looks brown to me. So I don't know if he's pulling my leg or if he's serious about the red. Are you serious?
No, it's called I think SJN. And the SJ stands for natural, Southern Natural.
You really can't prove that by me.
Southern Jumbo Natural.
I was just looking at the head block up there and everything. It all looks pretty good. We think we may have a little problem with the bridge there. I can see it coming up on the corner here, and all the way across. We're thinking about going ahead and replacing the bridge and then doing a setup on it. I haven't looked inside this guitar yet, but we'll probably do that. What's the history on this guitar then? How long have you had it?
Well, my dad took me down in 1964, I think, to a music shop downtown Houston, and I saw that, and it was $225, but it had a small crack on the back, so they knocked $20 off of it.
I'll be darned. Cool.
And I was 16.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So you had it a day or two anyway.
I have. No one's touched that guitar. You're the first one.
Uh-oh, my gosh.
I just took it home from the place and played it.
I didn't know I should have washed my hands first.
No, you don't have to do that.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. And then this is a really nice looking little guitar here too. It's a Martin. What is it? A D28HW it says.
Hank Williams.
It's the Hank Williams edition. And he was telling me that's a Brazilian rosewood on this. It's just a different color, which is pretty cool. Very nice looking guitar. This one here he brought mostly just for me to look it over. I don't think we have to do anything to this one at the moment, but we're going to look at it and take a look and see what we see. I see Hank Williams' name right here in the inlay. Now, is this Hank Williams or Hank Williams
No,
Jr.?
it's the old man.
It's the old man. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's made just like his, supposedly.
Yeah. Cool. Boy, it's got a beautiful top. The medullary lines in the top, you see those rays going across the top, going perpendicular to the length. Those medullary rays, that's always a mark of a really good piece of spruce. So whenever you're out buying an acoustic guitar, you want to look at that, and if you see that, you're in the ballpark, you know. And then you just have to play it and see what it feels and sounds like. But when you see that kind of top, you know you're walking in tall cotton there. Pretty nice guitar. I'll just lay it down here. So I think he's got my work cut out for me. I think I'm going to have to get busy. And you have anything
Well, if
else?
we get the Gibson playing well, I want to put the mic in it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I want to put the mic in tomorrow.
Okay, he's got an LR Baggs Lyric acoustic microphone
Just
here.
the mic. I don't like those contact things.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
So if we get it sounding right, we'll put that in there.
All right. We'll do that. I'll probably make a video that you'll see at a later time on this work that we're going to do on this Gibson, and you'll see that at some future date. So, I've got my work cut out for me today. I'm going to have to get busy, so I better get off of here. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. I'll see you tomorrow on the Shop Talk. Now, the Shop Talk starts at 8 a.m. sharp if you want to be there live, and you can ask questions on the Shop Talk, and I always cover a variety of subjects on the Shop Talk. They're very similar to the vlogs, except that they're totally live. So, I hope you'll join us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching.